Hello, my name is Michelle Sterling and I'm on the Scarsdale Food Scrap Recycling Committee. Today I'm going to show you how to use your food scrap recycling starter kit. The kit comes with a countertop pail, a roll of 25 compostable bags, liner bags for the countertop pail, a food scrap recycling guide, and a wheeled bin which you will be placing curbside. The way the program works is that the countertop pail sits in your kitchen, usually on the countertop, although you can put it anywhere you'd like, wherever it's convenient for you. And it gets lined with a compostable liner bag. All food gets put into the pail. So in a backyard composting system, you will only be able to compost fruits and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and eggshells. But in this program, all food goes in here. So that includes meat, bones, fish, dairy, bread, rice, pasta, spoily food, oily food. All food goes in there, and also 3 kinds of paper products. So tissues, napkins, and paper towels, even if colored, can go in here. Basically, this program takes anything from nature. And tissues, napkins, and paper towels are called soft paper. Sometimes they're called end-of-life paper, and they can't be recycled with paper recycling, but because they're from nature, they can go in here. Also, wax paper and parchment paper can go in here. So that includes muffin cups, cupcake wrappers, the wax paper that's in a pizza box or around a butter stick. All of that can go in here. Plus bamboo chopsticks and wooden popsicle sticks. Basically anything from nature can go in here. Then when this is full, you just tie it up on itself, and then it gets put into the curbside bin. So the curbside bin, all week long, you'll just put your bags from your countertop pail in here, and then you lock the bin. This bin gets stored in your garage or in some indoor area. So if you look up the bin online, they do advertise it as an outdoor bin, but we do recommend you keep it in your garage or in an indoor area. Now I'm just going to give you a quick demo on how to work the latch in this bin. This is an animal latch right here, and you squeeze it up to unlatch this yellow piece, and then you squeeze it again in order to latch this piece. So squeeze it in to unlatch and squeeze it to lock it. Just to note, you should store this in the locked position, and also, even though this looks like it's locked, it's not locked. You actually do have to physically lock it. Please also, when you put it curbside for your weekly pickup, please also put it in the locking position, and sanitation staff will unlock it. Just a couple notes about the compostable liner bags. So these are for sale. Refill rolls of these are for sale for $2 a roll. You can get them either at Village Hall, the Parks Department desk, or at the Scarsdale Recycling Center at 110 Secor Road in the Recycling Center office. They accept credit cards, debit cards, and checks. And we highly recommend that you get the ones that we have with the starter kit that the Village sells, because we've tested these, and we've tested actually almost every bag on the market. This is a great bag. It's going to last and not break down on you during the week, but also it's going to compost effectively at our composting facility. So one thing people have asked about is, what about the bags that you get in supermarkets? So this is a bag that you can get in Trader Joe's. So when you take your produce, your loose produce, this is in the produce section at Trader Joe's. It says it's compostable. This is a compostable bag. It's made of corn, the same material as the bags in the starter kit. So if you want, you can use this produce bag from when you take your produce. However, there are also bags, plastic bags, that look like they're compostable. This one is from Whole Foods, and it's actually just a plastic bag that's dyed green. So please, we do recommend that you use the Scarsdale bags, which are compostable. But if you want to use another bag, just please make sure it's compostable. And if you're not sure, please email, or with any questions, please email composting@scarsdale.com. So this is your little cheat sheet of everything I've told you. Last thing is just the difference between biodegradable and compostable. So sometimes there are biodegradable plastics. That just means that there's a chemical in the plastic that makes it break down into little pieces. So absolutely biodegradable plastics, no plastics can go into this pail. It's only for compostable products. And what compostable means is plant-based. So anything from nature can go in, but no plastics can go in. Just a quick reminder of a couple of things that might sneak in there that we ask you just to be cognizant about. Number one, the stickers, the little PLU stickers that are on the outsides of fruits and vegetables. Please peel those off before you put those in. So if you're eating an apple, obviously you would be taking those off, but sometimes people forget to take them off of avocados and citrus fruits. Also, rubber bands. You can put cut flowers in with this system, but please take the rubber bands off. Sometimes there's also rubber bands on broccoli stems or asparagus stems, so please take the rubber bands off. And staples. So you'll sometimes find staples in tea bags. They're mostly not in tea bags anymore, but once in a while, in the Lipton ones in particular, you'll see a staple. You would need to take that staple out because we can't have metal in this. If you make a little mistake, obviously it's not the end of the world, but please try and do your best to make sure that it's just all food and natural products in here. In terms of this bin, just want to make sure you know how to take the lid off in case you want to clean it. There are two lines right here. So you just press on the lines, and when you press on the lines, the tabs, these two tabs splay, and the lid pops off. And that's good to know in case you want to, in case you want to clean it. And by the way, it is machine washable. But also, some people say that the bag slips a little bit. When you put the food in, they say the bag slips. So we just recommend, if that's the case for you, just wrap the bag around the tabs and then just reattach the lid right over it, and then the bag doesn't slip. In terms of these perforations on the top of the lid, that's actually a really good thing. So that's what's going to make it so that moisture is released from the bin, but nothing else gets released from the bin. So there won't be any smells, no ants, no fruit flies. The perforations are really good. It's actually going to make all that stuff not happen. So it should be a very clean, easy, neat experience. Again, any questions, just email composting@scarsdale.com. So curbside pickup is where you put your paper recycling. So that's where you'll be putting your wheeled bin. And we do ask that you have your wheeled bin out by 7 a.m. on the day of pickup. So please do that. If you ever have a missed pickup, just email composting@scarsdale.com. If you've had it out by 7 a.m. and you somehow get missed, doesn't happen very often, but once in a while, please just... The day of your curbside food scrap recycling pickup is determined by the sanitation trash schedule. So if you're on the Monday, Thursday sanitation trash schedule, then your curbside pickup for food scraps is on Monday. And if you're on the Tuesday, Friday schedule, your sanitation pickup is on Tuesday. This is how to load a liner bag into the wheeled bin. So you open up the wheeled bin, and then you just place the liner bag inside. And the liner bag can actually go over the animal latch. So a lot of people think that the liner bag needs to just come up and can't go over it, but it's thin enough to actually go over it. And then when you latch it, you just latch the bin right on top of it. So we should mention that these bags aren't required to be used, but some people like to use them to keep their bin really neat and tidy. Staff also does like them because then they can just pull the bag right out of the wheeled bin, but it's totally up to you whether or not you want to line your large bin with a compostable liner bag. The food scrap recycling drop-off site, which is at the Scarsdale Recycling Center at 110 Secor Road, is still open. The hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please feel free to use it whenever you need. Sometimes people don't get their curbside bin out in time. They don't get it out by 7 a.m. So please feel free to use it for whatever reason. Thank you for doing the Curbside Food Scrap Recycling program here in Scarsdale. Just to let you know, you're helping the environment by reducing your waste and also helping the environment because everything that you send to be composted through the Curbside Food Scrap Recycling program turns into useful compost. So just in case you don't know what compost looks like, it actually looks a lot like soil. It's maybe much deeper and richer than soil. And it's a soil amendment. So basically it's used instead of fertilizer to strengthen your soil, which is the basis for for everything we eat and everything that grows. So thank you for doing the program.